Where do we rank the RBs going forward? Saquon Barkley's number one. There's no arguing that, denying that. There's no denying the man that colonized on Mars.
He's on a shuttle to Mars. Mars man.
Back in the offseason. First man to colonize Mars. The question, though, is Derrick Henry, too. Very explosive night tonight. H-Hand's up there. Jahmyr Gibbs is in the mix. But here's the rub. You guys are going to rank this with me. You guys are going to have a heavier hand and ability to move a player if you all outweigh me. We're ranking the top 10 running backs live right here, right now on the reaction show to the Ravens-Chargers game. We're not going to talk too much about it because we got week 13 to get to. We could sit here and dance around what happened and talk about how the Ravens had their way. We'll touch on it, but it's time to get into week 13 and beyond. And even some dynasty conversation, even some redraft 2025, like where are we drafting Saquon in 2025 redraft? Where are we drafting Saquon in dynasty? Where are we ranking McCaffrey next year? We'll have conversations about that. The Fantasy Football Show, week number 13, running back rest of season ranking show begins right now. So file on in, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. You found your new home. We're here all the time, live constantly. Yeah, that show begins now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
From the Fantasy Football.
We actually don't have news, so I'm just going to swing right on over to this bad boy right here. But we're sitting here looking at this this board here with the top 4 RBs, and you guys decide. I'll have sway for sure. I will have major sway here, but you guys can overrule me. You guys can move this around. This is going to be a ranking of the people, but we're going to be here probably in a consensus type fashion on each one of these for the most part. I'm thinking Henry or Bijan or Achane. You tell me what you guys want to kick off. Start throwing names out. I'll throw them on screen. You tell me who you think is worthy of being the number 2 running back rest of season, week 13 on. Considering that we've got 5 weeks left of football, so it's not like we're risking injury with some of these guys. Even like an Aaron Jones, probably not going to be in the top 10, but you can't worry too much about him getting hurt. So let's see what everybody thinks as far as who number 2 should be. We got 1 vote for Achane. I have Bijan 2, Achane 3. Achane number 2. Got a vote here. Henry from Travis. Bijan from Joe. Henry. King Henry. Jacobs looks great. Young, that's selfish and not the point right now. Achane. Saquon 1. We know that, Marcus. Catch up, Marcus. Henry. I'm pretty sure we got a Gibbs vote. I like seeing Gibbs in the mix, though. I really do appreciate that. I think we're basically looking at... We got a Breece Hall vote. We got a couple more Achans, a couple more Bijans. We got a couple more Henrys. Travis said he changed his mind. What did he change it to? Bijan 2. Bijan 3. Gibbs 4. Henry 5. Wow, Henry 5, John. Mixon needs to be talked about. Bucky, I love the Bucky confidence. Okay, I'm pretty sure. Can I get an amen on the consensus, regardless of what you voted personally, is Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry. I mean, we could even put polls up, but I kind of like doing it in the chat, to be honest with you. Right now, at least. We'll come back to polls and do all that later. But, I mean, damn, boys, it's got to be Henry based on the vote. So we'll put Henry in, I suppose, unless I've got any objections. I don't think I can, because I counted them up, and Henry, even if it was close, Henry did win the vote. So we'll put King Henry up in the 2 spot. King Henry, number 2, going forward, running back rankings. We might have to move these around and make them smaller to fit the top 10 on. What's up, my boy Vampy in the building? All right, now I need you to put the number in front of the name because we're gonna have some late Lonnies in here, some I'm behind Ians that are gonna come in and mess the vote up and vote for somebody based on like 5 minutes ago because they're on a delay. So make sure you put the number in front of the player you're voting for. Who is number 3? I've got one Achane vote. I'm not counting anything that doesn't have the number 3 attached to it. Don't put other names. Don't come in here and try and give me your tryout for the show. Smitty, here's my resume. Here's my top 10 running back. I don't care right now. We care about number 3 only. So drop your number 3 running back. I got an Achane. I got a Gibbs. I got a Bijan number 3. I got a Gibbs. Wow, Gibbs is taking over. Mixon. I got a Kamara. A Bijan. A Mixon. Achane. Look at all the Achanes. Bijan. Gibbs. Couple Camaras. Man, we might even be able to do 3 of these based on the voting potentially, but I think we need to re-vote because some of the votes that go for the winner might go a different way if we were to re-vote. So I don't think I'll cast it, all 3 of them right now. Based on this, would you guys concur? Can I get a couple amens on this that the consensus was Jahmyr Gibbs? I think Bijan was close. I think Achane might have had him, I guess. Let me go to one of my trusted numbers technicians, Superfish, Travis, a few of you in here I would trust to kind of tally it up to the best of your ability. You can spitball it. I don't care if we go back and you're wrong by 1, I'm not going to be mad. I think it probably will be Achane. We're not doing a poll because I just prefer to have conversation in here. We already have like 300, 400 chat messages, and we're having a good time in here. So I could put a poll up, but I'd rather us talk about it. We got Achane 3. Achane is 7 feet tall. I agree. Achane. Another Achane vote. Justice Hill number 3 says Balake. Monty. Monty's not out for sure, so he's probably gonna be fine. Achane to the moon. Justice Hill number 3. Balake, we got you. What do we got here? Did we get a vote? People keep doubling their votes. Tough to count. It is. I'm gonna say maybe Achane won that. I think Achane won. I think we could probably put Achane and Gibbs as the next 2 on the board. And then we don't get too cute and try and order it based on this, because some of the people that voted for, Gibbs might go a different way. So I'm gonna put King Henry, and Barkley at 1 and 2, and I believe Achane won this vote. I think it was a near tie, so I'm going to put Achane and then Gibbs, and then we're gonna vote on the next one. So Achane is going to be the number 3. We're voting on number 4. So drop a 4. I'm not counting anybody's vote that doesn't have one name and the number 4 next to it, either before or after. I'm not going to count your vote. So you might as well not even waste your breath if you're not going to follow the instructions. Give me a 4. Bijan, Mixon, Gibbs, Kamara, Bijan, Mixon, Gibbs, Mixie, Bijan, Kamara, Bijan, Gibbs, Bijan, Mason, Bijan, Kyron. I like the Kyron vote. I do like it. I like that somebody's at least supporting the man. It's amazing. Gibbs. Oh, bro. Bijan's close, though. Bijan, Gibbs are neck and neck. Gibbs. I think it's Gibbs. And he kind of won anyway based on the fact that he was a near tie with Achane, practically speaking. So we'll go ahead and put Gibby over here in the 4 spot. So that's a good looking top 4. I don't think anybody can have a problem with that. Now the question is, does Mixon or Bijan or does some other Kamara, whatever, jump out and become a surprise number 5 just because of the way people vote, you know? If they no longer need to vote Gibbs, there might be somebody that's going to vote Mixon more often than not. I'm sorry, but this needs to be number 5. All right, drop a 5 in the vote. If you don't have a 5 next to it, it doesn't count. Just like Jose didn't follow instructions. ETN didn't follow instructions. Your votes don't count. You got to drop a number and the name. Very simple. You're way behind, Tate. 4 is already tallied and marked. Bijan 5, Brees 5, Bijan 5, Mixon 5, Kyron 5, Bijan 5, Mixon 5, Bijan 5, Bijan 5. Chase Brown. Bijan 5, Bijan 5, Bijan 5, Mixon 5, Mixon 5, Kyron 5, Kyron 5, Kyron 5. Wow, 5 Kyron straight in a row. Bijan 5. I think Bijan 1, Kamara 5. Do I have anybody wants to contest that vote count? Bijan? Can I get a trusted numbers counter in Superfish or Travis or somebody else that I can count on? Vampy, for example. Vampy confirmed already that Bijan won, so I'm going to go ahead and take that seal of approval. So Bijan is the number 5 ranked running back rest of season. Top left corner, it tells you rest of season. So if anybody's confused as to what we're doing, it's right in front of your face. This is going to be number 6 overall. Put a number 6 in front of the name or after the name. Don't list another player. Don't try and do your top 10 rankings. No one cares. No offense, but we're not doing that right now. We're going after number 6. Mixon gets a vote. Mixon gets a vote. That's 2 in a row. That's 2 Mixons in a row. Kyron, Mixon. JK, who's injured? Come on, say no. Mixon. Brees, I like the confidence there, Max. I think Mixon won this already. Jacobs, I like where your head's at. Dixon, Mixon. Look, Kyron's making a little bit of a play, but he's not going to beat Joe Mixon. Mixon is the winner. I don't even think I need to go to the group on that. I think that's an easy call here. We'll go Joe Mixon. Now I need a 7. Put a 7 in front of the name and rip it off. 7. Drop it in the chat. Who is the 7th ranked running back going forward rest of season? Your boy needs your help. You are the ones in charge. I might move it around at the end and tell you what I feel, or what could be different, or explain why, we're thinking what we're thinking. 7. Some of you did not put a number, so you don't count. Jacobs, Kyron 7. Kyron 7. Jacobs 7. Kyron 7. Kyron 7. Kamara 7. Christian McCaffrey doesn't count. You didn't put a number next to it. 7. Walker. Hall. Question mark. Paul. Doesn't help. That helps nobody. Kyron 7. Jacob 7. Kamara 7. Kyron 7. Kamara 7. Brees 7. Jonathan Brooks 7. Get out of here, Johnny. Ridiculous. Chase Brown. I like it. Kyron 7. Hall 7. Kyron, Hall. Jacobs is doing pretty good in this vote, but he's not winning it. Jose, again, not paying attention. Just puts a name. No vote. Kamara 7. ETN 7. Get out of here, Magic. Come on. ETN. Kamara 7. Hall. Dowdle. Kamara. Kyron. Hall. Smitty. Thank you for the vote. Jose, you're not paying attention. Jose, you don't listen to instructions. I'm surprised you're not writing this in all capitals. You're not voting. Your vote doesn't count, Jose. Right now you're just getting coffee. Put a damn number in front of it. The reason being is I don't know which one of you guys are 2-3 minutes behind. Some people are still voting on 4. Kyron, Jacobs, Taysom, Garrett, your vote doesn't count. Just Sherman, your vote doesn't count. Put a number. People don't follow directions for anything in life, period. It's just like in a giveaway. People don't listen to anything. They don't read. They don't listen. They don't. Ricky Williams, there you go. There you go. Kyron said, "Can I get a consensus vote? Are we thinking that number 7 is Kyron?" I don't think that's a bias, tallying of the votes. I'm not some corrupt counting vote getter here. I think Kyron won that. The question is, who will the Kyron voters vote for? Because there are a lot of them. Will they concur with who was running up against Kyron for number 7? Let's see. Number 8, drop 8 in your vote. Do it live. Who is the 8th best running back rest of season going forward? Drop it like it's hot in the live chat. Do it live. 8, Kamara. Breece Hall, 8. Kamara, 8. Breece Hall, 8. Jacobs, 8. Jacobs, 8. Jacobs, 8. Wow. Kenneth Walker, that doesn't count. 7 for you. You weren't paying attention. Jacobs, 8. JT, Jake, your vote doesn't count. W, your vote doesn't count. Robert, your vote doesn't count. 8, Great Scott. Jacobs, Taylor, CMC. Come on, Jordan. Jordan, you a Niner fan? Jordan's a Niner fan. It's okay, Jordan. Will's behind. He says 7, Jacobs. See, that's why we have to have a number involved. Jacobs is kind of up there. Kamara, it's funny because Kamara almost got second place. He almost got third place. This is why you keep voting. You don't just tally up all the votes and assume that through the first voting you can tell. Kamara was going to be second or third. Kamara is not even winning this vote here at number 8. Breece Hall's doing pretty good. Jacobs is doing really well. Jacobs, Kamara, Breece, Chase Brown. Todd Gurley, says Maddie. Gus Bus. Kamara. Zach's voting for Jose. I got a lot of Kamara votes. A lot of Jacobs votes. I think I need Vampy and Travis or somebody else like Superfish to confirm who they believe. I can't trust anybody that wants to vote one. I need somebody that's going to be real about it. Vampy says give it to Kamara. I think it probably is Kamara. Breece Hall almost caught up, though. That was a really, really close one. I think Hall is a value right now. If you can still trade, this should tell you something. This should tell you that Kamara's, or Breece Hall and Kamara are pretty damn valuable players to go after in terms of trade, because people are just not respecting their abilities here. It appears you could get them at a discount. Number 9. Drop number 9. Number 9. Put a 9 in a name. You don't put a name, it doesn't count. You don't put a number, it doesn't count. Let's see here. Ashton Genty. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. But if this is 2025. Rest of season, go. Breece Hall, 9. Jacobs, 9. Jacobs, 9. Breece Hall, 9. Jacobs, 9. Hall. Jacobs. Breece Hall. God, neck and neck. Travis says Chase Brown. This is neck and neck. Monty gets a vote. Monty. Hall. Chase Brown gets another vote. Bucky. I like the Bucky vote. It's nice. I mean, I think he's outside, but he's fun. He's somebody that could be this good, but we rank him a little lower. Dylan, Chase Brown, Monty, Chase Brown. Chase Brown's making a comeback. Breece Hall. Whoa, that's a lot of. And Jacobs, Breece. Jacobs, Breece. Wow, Breece. That's a lot of Breece Halls and Jacobs. I think those two are taking the cake here so far. It's between Breece Hall and Jacobs. Jacobs, Hall, Brown, Hall, Walker, K9. Wow, 2 K9s in a row from 2 different people. I'm not saying I disagree, but the volume's certainly not there. Jacobs again. Do we give it to Jacobs or did Breece Hall? I think maybe Jacobs won that. Breece Hall got another vote. I think Jacobs getting 3 more. Oh, Breece got 3 right here, though. Jacobs 9. K9 again. That's the same voter, though. Jacobs 9. I think I can call this one pretty comfortably and call a wrap on this. Honorable mention was Chase Brown. I think Jacobs won that one by a hair, but it was so damn close. We're putting Breece Hall at 10, and we're going to call it a wrap. That is your top 10 based on your guys' voting. And might I remind you, a lot of votes. So this is going to be very accurate because it's not like we let one person make this call and did a mock draft and one person is responsible for extremely reaching. This is a consensus. This is ask the audience type stuff. This is on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, why you ask the audience a question when you don't know it, because it's a fantastic way to get groupthink going. This is pretty damn good. This is pretty damn good. I don't think any one person's going to look at this list and go, oh, God, that's awful. You're looking at it going, feels very bulletproof, because it was done by the masses. It was done by all of you. I like doing groupthink stuff sometimes better than just doing something myself. I think it's more helpful to you to have a community. Not to mention, I'm more interactive. This show is more interactive than any show out there. Like, you guys are the co-host. I lean upon you. A lot of other people run the show. 3 guys sitting behind a desk and not even looking at the chat. Hey, Steve, what do you think of my rankings? Well, Bob, your rankings look very good. Not on this show. They get us coffee. They get
lamb.
We do it live. You guys, I work for you. You guys are my co-host. It's a good looking list. That's a good looking list. Barkley, here's my thinking, because this is by way of you guys. This is your vote. I agree with this one. Barkley, number 1. I don't know how you can go against this one with 5 weeks left. I think 2025 is going to be a very interesting conversation about Derrick Henry, because you're going to have a lot of people doubting him. Kingslayer obviously doesn't know what this. Why is everybody that types in all capitals the irrational ones? Why is it somebody that types in all capitals? Here's another one. I'll pull only the capital letter. No offense, Daniel. The capital letter comments are always the irrational. Like, you gotta stand out. Let's read these. Smitty, how could you how could you not have Monty in the top 10 when he has more rushing TDs than basically everyone, Smitty? How could you do this? Daniel, is Monty going to be fine Thursday? Daniel, this is a selfish question right now. We're in the middle of a top 10 rest of season ranking. How dare you? And here's another selfish Peter in here. Ty, trade CD for London. For London. I mean, it's always capitals. It's always capitals. It's always the selfish person that wants now that's typing in all capitals. Okay, so here we go. I agree with Barkley. I agree with Henry. I think we're going to have a conversation about Barkley too that might be part really good, part really concerning, just because the volume is insane. and having the volume mixed with injury history, and it does very, very much, put a little bit of a potential like red flag over Saquon Barkley's 2025 value. But how do we worry about that after what he's doing with the offensive line? So we'll have a fun conversation about whether he's locked in at 1, who's going to avoid him because of the workload in the injury history, who's going to say, I don't care about that. That was in a bad organization where you had bad offensive line blocking and in potential, you could say equivalent to a hospital ball is the offensive line making you get hit behind the line of scrimmage and putting wear and tear. Barkley's got open spaces. He's oftentimes upright when the play's over. There's a lot of reasons to think that Barkley doesn't really have the big concerns with the big workload going into next year. So I think that conversation is going to be had, and it's going to be a fun one. This one right here, it's going to be hard for me to rank him anywhere near this value next year at 31 years old. But he, with 5 games left, there's no debating this right now. You can't talk about wearing down or injuries with 5 games left. He's the number 2 running back. Achane and Gibbs easily have the upside of Barkley and Henry. Easily have the upside of Barkley and Henry. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not finished, Bob. In any given game. In any given game, Achane could be the number 1 overall player. In any given game, Gibbs could be the number 1 overall player. In any game, Bijan could be the number 1 overall player. And you could really say that about everybody on this board. The difference between these two, Barkley is trash. Take a lap, says Chris.
Got him.
Take a big lap. We don't need your hating ass coming back now. Take a big lap. Take one and you don't come back.
Hey, Chris, go get us a coffee. Go get us a coffee, Chris. Saquon's trash. The difference between Barkley and Henry is that even though Achane, Gibbs, Bijan, and Kyren, and even Mixon can be the number 1 overall running back on any given week, these two have more consistency built into not only, I think, their abilities, really, but their offenses, their game script. And both players play on teams that are often winning. Gibbs does as well, but he does share the workload a little bit, so that's why he's not quite there. If Monty is out for the year, let's say he's not, but if he was out for the year, if they did more testing, they're like, oh, God, we didn't see this, then he would vault into this top tier and sit there with Barkley and Henry because he'd have the offense, he'd have the consistency, and he'd have the volume. Barkley's got the volume. He's got the offense, and he's consistent. And the game script will always, because it's a good team that scores a lot of points and is always in the mix, never game scripted out, they'll never drop off consistency-wise. Achane, his offense can do that to him. That's why he falls down, but he has the capability, very deserving of number 3, as is Bijan. But the way they use Bijan sometimes, and Kirk Cousins' potential to make the game script bad, at times makes Bijan in the same bucket as these two guys. The sharing of carries, the rotation of who's going to get the touchdown, that is the only reason why, because his offense is fire. His red zone potential is fire. It's the rotation, period. But it also, catch-22, keeps him healthy. So there's no wanting this situation to be different. There's no walking into the season going, but I worry about Monty. He's number 4. He's number 4, and I love it, and I'm fine with it. You give him all the carries, he might not be number 2 or 1 for very long. So I don't want Monty. I mean, right now, with 5 games left, I'll take it. I think he'll hold up. Same thing with Achane. He'll hold up if something happened and he had to take every single carry for 5 more games, not worried about it. Bijan, Kyren, Jacobs. Jacobs is climbing because his offense is fire. His workload's getting consistent. And the game script's not really taking him out, so that's why he's climbing up. That's why you saw Jacobs' name getting tossed around when we were around 4 and 5. Mixon, I really think the only reason Mixon isn't 4, and he deserves to be 4, 5, or 6, to be honest. He's 6, so it's good, but he deserves to be 4 or 5. Not saying which one I take out. I'm just saying it's like a tie. The reason he ranked 6 is because he had a bad game. We have some recency bias a little bit that reflected that. Kyren and Kamara, Jacobs, Hall. I think Hall is the one player here that's sleeping the most from where he's ranked relatively to where he could finish. Reason I say that is because even in a bad situation last year, the guy went on a tear and finished 2-1, 3-2. He became the number 1 or the number 2 overall running back in the final stretch of the season. I think he has the ability to do that. The only thing that holds him back from really breaching my top 6, to be honest, is the situation, the fear of shutdown, the fear of if he gets dinged up, does the team even say, maybe not, it's not his choice, but they say, hey, he's got a hammy. It's week 15. He's not playing 15, 16, or 17. That risk alone worries the hell out of me. The same risk that makes me feel like Tyreek Hill is going to have surgery before the year's up, that CeeDee Lamb could have a nick and sit out the last 2 or 3 games, that CMC is going to be shut down either by himself doing it, a self-shutdown, or the team will shut him down. And he's got to make a business decision at some point. If the Niners are able to come back, they're only 1 game out right now still, then McCaffrey's going to push through it. He's a warrior. But he's dropping off. He's got bilateral Achilles tendonitis. It's going to be wild. Great RB sesh. That's a great looking group. And again, Chase Brown was like a runner up. Chase Brown. Who else was getting voted a lot? I think Chase Brown would have been 11. I think he would have been 11. Spy says Achane at 8 at best. Well, look around the room. Read the room, Spy, because the entire room voted Achane 3rd. So, get the room a coffee. Let's hit these. Bucky did get a few votes. Walker started to get some votes. Young, appreciate you. What round does CMC get drafted in next year? It's a great question. We talked about it, touched on it last show and a little bit at the top of this show, and then the question is a great timing piece. I would say next year, it depends how he finishes, bro. If he finishes upright and he doesn't get shut down and he has some good and some bad, top of round 3, do I think he deserves it? Not saying that. That's where I picture people taking him. 3rd round. Oh, McCaffrey, what if he comes back and is a top running back? There's going to be a lot of people thinking that. And there will be a lot of people that won't touch him in round 3, especially round 2. But so much depends on how he finishes the year, because if he finishes with like two or 3 straight 100-yard games, people are going to have a lot different, second round value. No one's going to draft him 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 overall. I can see a universe where Chase Brown enters the top 5. Sloppy Joe, I don't think there's a limit on Chase Brown. We don't even know what he could become. He's exciting. Traded Downs, Mooney, Andrews for Bowers. I definitely would have done that as well. Although the QB room is very shaky right now in LV, so hard to know what's going to happen. CMC or Kareem Hunt this week. Pacheco should be back. They said that, and then they pulled that enthusiasm last minute kind of. I'd probably say CMC for now. He's still fighting. The team is still fighting, so I would say CMC. But if, let's say, Pacheco was ruled out again last minute, then we'd have to, I think, revisit the conversation. How healthy does CMC look? Is Purdy playing? Is Trent Williams playing? Trent Williams now reportedly might want more money. I don't know. Giovanni says CMC's 2025 draft spot situation might be the same as what happened with Kupp last year going into 2024 drafts. I agree with you. It'll be very far downstream, and then it'll climb as we get closer to the season. Like, could he breach round 2? Like, let's say he finishes okay. Not great, but okay. He'll be a 3rd or 4th rounder in really early drafts, and then as we get closer, he'll climb. There'll be a good report, like CMC feels great. And then it's like he's in the bottom of round 2, and we're going to say, hell no, we won't go. Absolutely not. Thank you for those super chats so far. Phone lines are open.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Phone lines are open. Let's get into some conversation specifically around this. I don't mind answering super chats or questions about your week 13 matchup, but try and at least get a question out on the phone line relating to this if you can before you come in hot with your team breakdown. I'm not going to do any total marker board sessions on your team. Monday Night Miracle won 123.52 to 123. Excellent job, Rockout. You're on a heater, bro. Rockout is on a streak. He started off, I think, like 0 or I don't know. You were like 1-5 or something like that. Where does Genty rank among these guys? Landing spot is very, very obviously going to sway this, but I would say 7, 8, 9. I mean, I'm wildly high on rookies sometimes, but not irrationally. Like, I have rhyme and reason to it, and it's not every rookie. It's 1 or 2 special rookies, and Genty is special. Genty probably 7, 8, 9, 10. Like, in that range, where he goes is totally, a big thing. If he lands in a cloudy situation, then he can't. If he lands on a bad team that has no offensive line and no quarterback, then he'll be hampered there. A lot of concern. We got a 6 vote. Somebody's watching a little bit behind. 6, Walker. Watch this. Genty 8 running. It could be. Genty could be 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. It could be any one of the sort. James, you're live. What is going on, my boy? Hello, James.
Yo, Smitty.
Hello.
Hello? What's going on, Smitty?
What can I do for you?
Yeah, I'm trying to see, so Barkley blew up for me. That's good. I needed that.
That a boy.
Trying to see, you think I got a championship team, though? Trying to break it down.
How would I know what your team looks like?
All right, look. I got JD5. I got Scary, DK, Maserati Marv, and BTJ. I got Barkley, Henry, JT, and then I got Brooks, Stash, guy's garbage.
Yeah.
I got Bowers, and I'm just floating defenses. And I got kickers and dickers.
I think that's good, bro. Who are your wide receivers? You're starting 3?
I know, I'm only starting 2, and then I got JT on the flex.
Who are you starting 2?
DK and Scary, but...
Okay, yeah,
DK
bro.
and Scary,
Okay, I got you, bro. That's pretty good. I think that's a nice squad,
right?
Nice sounding squad. Yeah, that could. I mean,
think
you're
I
running.
got to keep Bowers around 10?
I mean, yeah, I probably would.
The keeper. Yeah.
I love Bowers.
He just need to get a better quarterback, man.
Yeah. All right, James. Anything else?
Nah, but...
You
looking out.
You disagree with any of these rankings right here for 2020? The rest of 2024?
Nah, I got them the same, but probably move up. I'd take Kyron over Mixon.
Okay. I can understand that.
And then I'll take Hall over Jacobs and Kamara.
Hall over Jacobs and Kamara. Okay, I'm not mad at that either. All right, bro. Appreciate you.
But yeah. All right, Smitty. Good looking out.
All right, later. Okay, we got Coach Gump on the phone. Gump, wait 1 second. Started 1-5, now won 6 in a row, 7-5. Nice job, Rock Out, smashing it, bro. And then Sloppy Joe, Hawkinson or Bowers rest of season. I mean, I'm still going Bowers, but his situation's a little concerning. But Bowers is, he's still the man. It's hard to say. Hawkinson's nice though. He's really, really solid. I could get behind the switch if you. I mean, if the wind was blowing a little bit to the left, I could say Hawkinson. It's close. Go ahead, Gump.
How you doing? I won tonight.
Attaboy, you sound excited.
Oh man, it was close. Here we get all of them going.
Did it wear you out? You just sound a little.
Yeah, the chili dogs. Me and the dog ate chili dogs and fries. And
the dog, you and the dog ate chili dogs. That's kind of messed up.
Oh man, they were good.
All right,
hey, I'm putting them in the waiver. I'm putting my waiver wire. I'm scared that if I drop Disley, I'm going to drop into somebody in the playoffs, and he's got too much percentages.
You're scared to drop who?
Don,
You're scared to drop who?
Disley.
I wouldn't be scared to drop Disley, bro. He's good, but yeah, you can't be scared of it.
Watson, I need a receiver, and I got Watson out there, but Don dropped Watson. But then now they're saying Leggett and Bailey. Who is the best one? Watson,
Who's saying
Bailey.
what? Now they're saying who's they? What are you talking about?
Well, just just people are just saying stuff, and they're saying
Who's they?
Watson, they're saying Leggett.
Okay, well, don't listen to they. Listen to the show. Listen to the community. Don't need to worry about. You don't need to worry about they.
I'm on the wire. You don't give me something.
Okay, read off the top.
What about is Kane going to do good? Is he going to be Kane Bixby? Is he back or no?
Not yet. No, he's been injured. Name the top.
I mean, is he going to? Huh?
What?
The rest of the season, is he going to do good or no?
Bro, he's not. I don't know. We have no idea yet. We're still waiting on reports and will Bigsby, will he be good to go? When will he be fully ready to roll? I mean,
the big question is Watson.
Okay.
Watson. That's the biggest question.
Well, he had a touchdown that he dropped. If he would have caught that, you would have been coming in here going, Watson's the man. So the honest truth is, we're all going to be pretty reactive Rodgers on Watson. He's disappointed us before, but the broski had 150 yards the week prior, and this past week he dropped a wide open touchdown. So I still think I probably like Watson over, really. Yeah.
Watson over Disley.
I mean, I think Disley could be safer, but his upside isn't going to be what Watson's is. But Watson's downside is bigger. He's riskier, bro, for sure. I mean, this is such his life. I mean, he's solid. He's solid. Chat, you going with the Broncos' second wide receiver? You going with the Disley, or are you going to go with
Watson.
Up and down Watson?
Up and down Watson, but he's strong, 6'4", tall, and can run the ball at 4.3 speed.
You're getting your energy back. I like it. You called in all deflated.
All right.
You're like, I won.
Good.
I won.
Good, real good. I think you won.
What are we doing? Let's get some votes in here. Come on. Let's get some votes. We got one Disley vote. We got Disley, Watson, or the valet.
Valet's going to take your car. Run it hard.
Go park a car, valet. Smitty, is Tank Bigsby worth a roster spot? We keep getting that. I probably, but we still are a little ways away from really knowing what in the hell we're looking at as far as his.
Isn't Watson, when he's healthy, he's going to get like 19 points. Watson's healthy, 19
Okay,
points.
I'm going to go Watson.
All right.
I think the chat is looking like Watson. It definitely looks like Watson. But you've got to understand, you could get 2 points or you could get 18, like you said. Disley will probably get you 6.
Sports to the Jimbo. And sports to the Jimbo.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Gump. Appreciate you.
Yeah, who is, what was that bet now? Was it Schwartz if he gets the head coaching job, or Schwartz has to get the San Francisco job?
We didn't make a bet. You just were talking about it.
You said you take it.
Okay, I don't remember. Sure.
Popeye.
Okay.
Which one?
I think you just said I'm going to send you Pop. I don't know. I don't remember. Send me Popeyes.
Right. Well,
I had Popeyes for dinner. I just had Popeyes for dinner.
Was it good?
It was pretty good. All right, gotta roll, Gump. Gotta roll. Later.
Good job.
All right, Andy, you're live. Hello.
Hey, Smitty. I think you got to go with David Montgomery over Breece Hall.
Okay, make your argument, but this isn't my ranking, so you speak to the chat. But why do we have to go David Montgomery?
I don't know. I was just joking.
Oh.
What they said. Later, man.
That's all, Andy. It's all you had. Andy, what a performance! The dude rehearsed that on hold for like 15 minutes. Are you hanging on to Olave for fantasy playoffs? I probably am, Carter. There's got to be a spot to reserve for that. Andy, I do appreciate you. I'm not mad at you. I just, it was worse than a dad joke. It was like a grandpa joke, bro. That's like a choir practice joke. Will from the moon. Will, go ahead.
Hey, Smitty, let's go to the moon. Let's get tubular. First of all, I just want to say Henry has been that dude all year. So proud of him. Uncle Henry has been carrying. Great guy.
Yep.
So this week...
Unc's doing good.
Yeah. Feeling great. So this week, I took a bit of a hit by trading A.J. Brown for Jamar Chase. The dude couldn't afford the bye week, and I'm 6-6 now, just looking to ride out with Henry and Chase, hopefully to the moon for the rest of the season. Hopefully that combo gets me there.
Okay. What do you need from me?
I just, just always love to chop it up. Proud of these running backs. They've been excellent.
Okay. I just making sure.
The wide receivers,
yeah.
The wide receivers have been a bit, on and off. It happens.
Yeah.
And then, hopefully Pacheco. So do you think Pacheco's a plug? If he's back this week, just plug and play on Friday?
No, we can't say anything like that until we know. We got to hear what the volume's going to look like. There's a lot that needs to come out on that, bro. We just need to wait. Just like we need to wait on Bigsby and his future, later season value. What's Pacheco's workload going to look like? What's, Jonathan Brooks going to get? We just need to wait. We need to pump the brakes a little bit. It's fun to talk about it, and I don't mind, guessing. Yeah, he's going to give him 12 carries. Give him 13 carries. Give him the touchdown look. But we don't know. We just don't know. Let's wait and hear what Andy Reid has to say. Because he might come out and say something like, he should get some looks in the game. We're going to ease him back. We're really focused on the playoffs for him. And then it's going to be cloudy. And we're going to be like, damn. And then maybe Pacheco is going to be a little bit shady for the next couple weeks. Or he could be full go. Sometimes, bro, injuries happen to come in right in the nick of time for something like this. And who knows if Hunt's questionable on Wednesday and all of a sudden Pacheco is, rolling. So we'll see. We'll have to play it by ear. But yeah, we have no idea right now, and we're totally guessing. If we're gonna, to have that conversation is almost. It's fun. It's just it could get reckless if we start throwing stuff around.
You're right. And then one last thing, man. What's up with Debo? He could be. His upside is there. I just don't get it.
Yeah, I think most people are gonna say he's trash. He doesn't have upside. He does have upside. Is it present right now? No, absolutely not. Yeah. But what is the problem? Problem is probably more Kyle Shanahan than anything, And I don't know. The problem is we don't know if it's going to change. We have no clue, and until Shanahan starts using Debo the right way, and I don't know that he will. I don't even have a remote. I don't think anybody can guess on what it's going to look like. There's no reason to believe in him at anything close to a flex type value right now. Let's say week 14 by Mageddon. The second coming of by Mageddon is a week 14. Week 13, I don't know that I'm trusting Debo. In week 14, when I'm forced to trust him, maybe he steps up. But it's hard to know. It's hard to know. Honestly, what I do know for certain, almost a certainty, is he will be in another uniform next year.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride or die with him. He's just, I'm just gonna, he's gonna pop off. He's a dog, man. He gets in there.
I don't hate the ride or die mentality with him because he could bounce back, but right now I would just tell you that there's a couple problems. One, Shanahan. And that's not looking different week to week. So how do we expect it to look different? Number 2, Purdy is injured. Number 3, Debo's attitude is piss poor right now, and his motivation doesn't look there. So you have all these different things at play that make me say if I've got a Darnell Mooney, he's probably going in. If I've got a Jamo Williams, of course I'm throwing him in. If I've got a Jaden Reed who people are giving up on, he's going in. Those guys are all going in over Debo right now in my lineup. Until we get
Najee Harris?
Arguable for sure. I don't know. We have to take it case by case. But you got a Bucky, there's nothing to think about. Bucky goes in. All right, later, bro. Appreciate you.
Bucky.
To the moon.
You're the best, man. All right, take it easy. To the moon.
Sloppy Joe says 2 questions: hold Sutton and start or trade. I mean, look, he's on fire, so you just start him. And if you could go get an upgrade somewhere that was massive, like turning like Connor, for example, into Kyron, and you give up Sutton, like you take the deal. But until you get an offer you can't really refuse, like Sutton's on fire, bro. And you just got to put him in. And yeah, he's pretty much a locked-in wide receiver 3 because he's playing way above that. But like you drafted him, he can't fit into your wide receiver 1 or 2 role because you probably have better wide receivers. But bro, you have to make a decision to put him in locked into your wide receiver 3 spot. Smitty, no Brown, Walker, Monty at 10. Get me a coffee. No, bro, you get me a coffee because you don't even understand what we did here. You come in here and you tell me because I don't have Chase Brown, Walker, or Monty in the top 10 that I'm getting you a coffee. You're taking a big fat lap because you just put your foot in your mouth. Because this isn't even my ranking.
Take a big lap. We don't need your head mask coming back now. Take a big lap. Take one and you don't come back. Wrong. Get lit.
Give me a coffee. When you come back, I'm going to smash the coffee and tell you I don't even drink coffee. Now go get me a soda. But I appreciate you anyways. Zimalik, appreciate your super chat. Andrew says, Smitty, nice call on the Packers scoring double digits on the Niners. That was a lambasting. It was very easy to see coming. I mean, very easy to see coming. They had nothing. They were lambasted on defense, offense. Where you rank James Cook, like him for the playoffs? I think James Cook is, Chase Brown, James Cook. Those are 2 guys. Monty, those 3 guys should be talked about for this 11, 12, 13 spots. I think James Cook is very much there. But he's a little riskier than these guys, so he's got to fall outside of the top 10 per view, but he's certainly right on the door of the running back 1 turns running back 2. Yeah, I'm empty. I'm empty. Are you going to get... Who was it again? It was Zimalik? Zimalik, go get me one. I'm empty. I need to have a go get me a Mexican soda. Go get, just put a Coke bottle here. Yeah. Who is that? Is that Matt or Ricky?
That would be Ricky.
Okay, Ricky, go ahead and then go to Matt. Ricky, you're live.
Awesome. I just had a quick question. I'm in a 14-team league, and it's start 9. And my team is pretty stacked, I would say, for a 14-teamer. But since I have CD Lamb, I want to make some kind of move. So can I tell you what my starting lineup is, so you can kind of give me an idea where?
Hurry up! I'm probably not going to write it all down. So do your best.
Okay. So quarterback is Tua, running back is Brees and Kenneth Walker. My 3 wide receivers are CD Lamb, Mike Evans, and Devonta Smith. Tight end is Laporta, and then on my 2 flex spots, I currently have Chase Brown and Keon Coleman.
I didn't really retain all that. Let me write it down. Ricky, I did say no full teams, but go ahead, Ricky, for you. Go ahead. Last time. Hit me with your team one more time.
Yeah, so starting to be a quarterback is Tua. The 2 running backs are Brees Hall and Kenneth Walker. The 3 wide receivers are Mike Evans, CD Lamb, and Devonta Smith. Tight end is Laporta. And then at flex, I currently have Chase Brown and Keon Coleman. And Chris Olave is on my IR, so I'm just waiting for him to come back.
Okay, so what's the question? You want to trade something?
So I'm thinking of maybe moving Lamb because of the whole injury situation he has. I'm currently talking to the owner who has Mark Henry and Gibbs. He has both. So I'm not sure what kind of offer would I send him his way.
Mark Henry?
He has Mark Henry, Derrick Henry.
Who the hell is Mark Henry?
Mark Henry is a wrestler.
Okay.
Name, but Derrick Henry.
Okay, Derrick Henry. Well, you might want to, get the name right. Okay, so Henry, you're trying to go get Henry or who?
or Gibbs. It's the same owner.
You're not going to get Henry unless you tear down your whole team. Gibbs, I bet you could get him a little cheaper, but I don't know that the Gibbs owner is going to trade him. Like, if I'm doing anything, bro, it's like I'm trying to get rid of Smith or Olave or Lamb to get Gibbs, and if I've got to give up like another one of the players, like you got to give up Smith and Olave, Lamb and Smith, I'd probably do that. But Walker and Olave would be good. I don't want to give up Chase Brown at all. I don't want to give up Breece Hall at all. Evans is not valued high enough to trade him, in my opinion. So it's going to come down to Walker and Olave, Lamb and Olave, like something like that. And I would probably do that for Gibbs. Try and make it a 2-for-2 if you can.
Okay, and he says he's looking to fill up his roster. He has some holes. So something of 2-for-2 with Lamb. Okay, noted.
All right, my boy. I'll see you later. Thank you, Ricky.
Have a good night.
All right, Matt from Cali, you're live.
Smitty, what's going on, man?
What's up,
trade question for you. I brought this up to you before, but I'll preface it with saying I have Bo Nix. He's been awesome so far. I know you sometimes talk about catching players right when they hit their stride come playoffs. I've been trying to get Jamar Chase, and I'm curious. I have Allen and Bo Nix at quarterback, Josh Allen and Bo Nix. Is it too much to deal one of them, plus Puka and Darnell Mooney, so 3 guys, to go get Jamar Chase and Cortland Sutton?
Okay. Wow, that is a lot on both sides. Knicks, Puka, and Mooney, I do that in a millisecond because you got Allen. But would I do this? I shouldn't say millisecond because Puka's awesome, but Chase is on a whole other level. But I'm not getting rid of Allen. So I would 100% trade Knicks, Puka, and Mooney for this right here smash. Do I do Josh Allen? No.
Okay, so not with Allen, but with Bo Nix.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. And then, because before removing Bo Nix and removing Cortland Sutton on either side, you had said use Puka and Mooney to get Chase. And I'm trying to throw in one more guy to maybe get a little bit more with Chase and upgrade the whole wide receiver room. So.
Yeah, I think that'll work, bro. Yeah. And if it doesn't, like if he starts to, if he's a stickler on Allen, then you just tell him, well, I'm not giving you Puka. Like Allen, regardless of where Allen gets drafted, I'm the biggest proponent of this type of thinking. The quarterback is so undervalued in fantasy. Like when people say, I'm never drafting an early quarterback again, I just laugh. Absolutely chuckle, belly laugh. Because Allen's value is higher than his ADP by a mile. The only thing is we're so used to quarterbacks falling, and because you can get like Jalen Hurts from a couple years back, we called that, and we love that too. Like drafting a quarterback late. Hear me now. I'm drafting a quarterback late all the time. I'm drafting a quarterback early all the time. I have a total, absolute mix of all that. But when people say they think it's hilarious to wait on you only wait on a quarterback. Anybody drafts a quarterback early is an idiot. Allen going in the 3rd round. When the whistle blows and week number 1 officially kicks off, no one is trading Josh Allen for anything less than a top 12 overall player. I'm not saying you're gonna be dealing with the 1 overall, but like a 1st to 2nd round turn, nobody's giving you.
Yeah.
No one's giving you Josh Allen for the 18th overall drafted player. So that tells you that when you drive this car off the lot, the quarterback, the value goes up. It doesn't go down. So Allen, I don't care what anybody says about, but you draft Allen here and you draft Puka here. Allen should be getting drafted higher, but he's not. Allen is every bit worth as much as Puka, in some sense. He carries you week to week. The only thing is, if you're talking about Chase for Allen straight up, I'd probably take that gamble. But he's asking for Puka on top of that, and Sutton, while I love him, doesn't even that out. So there's just no way. But Knicks, Puka, Mooney, that's a very nice package. And if he says I'll do it, but not with Sutton, got to take Sutton out, I still do it. Because you got a surplus. You're getting rid of Mooney, replacing Puka, and you're not using Bo Nix. So if you think that this will get shut down and then he won't even come back to the table, you might want to offer it just like this. Nix, Puka, and Mooney for Jamar Chase. I want Sutton. If you can get Sutton, if that's in the conversation, then do it. Of course I want it. But I would be afraid that this might derail it and then he doesn't come back to the table. Sometimes you have somebody say no, they come back and say no every time after, no matter what. You got to be careful.
Yeah. Okay. Because I would only be rocking Chase, Mike Evans, and Jawan Jennings in my wide receiver room if I did give up Puka and Mooney, because I'm in a double flex league. So that's all I would have after that.
All right, bro. Appreciate you. Later.
Yeah.
Travis, you're live. Hello?
You start Ertz or Pitts this week?
Probably Kyle Pitts.
Roll with Dak. Really?
Yeah, probably. Tyreek Hill's official and regular Monday late night changes from healthy to questionable just came through. It's all like, oh, his tendon's still torn. His tendon is still torn, everyone. By the way, I have a video dropping. I almost want to drop it tonight. It's a little late though. I could almost do a premiere right after, but this is the video. Oh no, this is the graphic for tonight. This is the video that I'm dropping tomorrow morning. It's probably going to drop tomorrow morning. It is, where is it? Do I even have the graphic? I don't have the graphic here. Let me throw the graphic over on my screen. But it's dropping in the morning. I very badly wanted to drop it before today's 8 p.m. show, but I just couldn't get it up in time. But here's the thumbnail of it. It drops in the morning. It'll be a premiere. Get ready for it. And it relates to the thing I just said. Here is the thumbnail now. So Tyreek Hill, have a very, very deep conversation. We're going to risk map Tyreek Hill and talk about where he goes on the risk map, which I now have in front of your face in a much more pleasing fashion. So we're going to we plotted Tyreek Hill on this risk map in that video. Where does he go going forward risk map? And the context of the risk map can really be designed around any type of thinking. If you want to do a risk map plotting of a player for 2025, we just define that context and then plot them. So this video is about rest of season Tyreek Hill and why you should be getting rid of him and where he falls on the risk map. So definitely going to be doing videos that are standalone one player risk map. It'll be titled risk map Tyreek Hill : risk map, or risk measurement, or whatever I'm going to use in the title. But I'm going to start doing one player premieres and uploads on the channel on the risk map. All right. What was the question? Where were we at?
So I asked you the one question already. The other one was, do we have any news on Kincaid? Like, is he expected to be back playing?
I don't know.
He missed the week before the bye.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm sure he's getting closer or might be close, but I don't know. What a disappointment Kincaid's been. Just a straight up, flat out. I mean, even if he came back, I don't even know if I'd use him. Like, it's so weird because he had a good rookie year at the end of the year. It's such a curious case.
They don't throw to him in the end zone, though. I saw something like he has like 5 end zone targets in his whole career or something. It's crazy. The way they use him is kind of odd. But, yeah, because my dilemma right now is I have 3 tight ends on my team and 3 quarterbacks, and that's just clogging up a lot. So, because once Kincaid comes, I have him on the IR spot right now, but once he's back, I'll have him, Otten, and Goddard. Would you be okay dropping Goddard and just hold Kincaid and see what happens?
I'd rather have Goddard than Kincaid right now.
Would you? Okay.
Yeah.
And then QBs, I have Hurts, Mahomes, and Richardson. Would you just hold tight on them for now?
Yeah. Those are nice.
Yeah.
Andrew, appreciate you dropping the $5 holler. Need to trade Allen or Baker? Which one? I mean, if you need to make a trade, you just kind of open the door to both. That way you have more opportunities, Scott. So just offer them both up and see if whichever one gets you a better trade. But if you want to keep Baker, then Allen's going to be great to trade, But I don't know that Baker will get you as much, but he might not have to, you'll be able to keep Allen, so you're not surrendering as much. Nico and Walker for Gibbs and Neighbors. I'd rather have. Wow. Give me Gibbs and Neighbors. I think Gibbs is so much more valuable than Walker, not because of talent, but just the situation alone. I think Neighbors is closer to Nico than Walker is to Gibbs. And there's risk on all sides of this, Cody. So, really, there's no wrong answer. I mean, there eventually will be. One side will probably be better. But I just rather take the gamble on Neighbors. I mean, look what Neighbors can do when he's just fed the ball. Touchdowns aren't going to be there. This is what I predicted in the preseason, but he's totally got the capability of still getting you 14 points. Sloppy Joe says, love Murray rest of season. He's spotty rest of season, bro. There's no way to say that Murray's going to be consistent, but could Murray be a top 5 QB any given week? Yes. And if you've got Murray and a couple other players, I mean, you just got to go matchup, based. You can't lock Murray in, but you also can't say, oh, I'm not starting Murray anymore because I've got, Tua. Tua's going to have up and down games too, just because he had 4 touchdowns this week. Keep in mind what he's been doing, and he's been back for a little while now. It's not been consistent, so it'll be a case-by-case type situation every single time. It's not something that you can really, throw a blanket statement on and just say, oh, yeah, he's here no matter what. I've been here over a year, and I haven't heard any JSN talk. What are you talking about, bro? We talk about JSN every freaking other day. I don't know what that means. Okay, Ricky, you're live, my boy. This is a different Ricky.
Yo, what's good, Smitty?
What's up, Ricky? What's up?
How are you, man?
I'm good. What can I do for you?
Okay, so last week we were talking about how I had that overload on the tight end, and I got an offer, my Jonnu Smith for BTJ, and I was talking with him, and I just sent something back to him that was just kind of made it more complicated. Kind of like you say, I sent Devonta Smith, Tracy, and my Brock Bowers, because I got Bowers, Jonnu, and Hawkinson, and I can only start one. And then I'm trying to get his BTJ and his Demon. And he said to send it through, and he was like, would you not do the other one? Because he's worried about Dobbins, because Dobbins is out, and he got Henry, and his other running back is KY3.
I mean, I like both trades, but of course I want to smash the Monty BTJ side all day long, bro.
That's what I'm trying to get, because I got Gibbs on my other league, on my work league.
Yeah. You got to try and get that done. That's good. It sounds like I don't think you'll push him away from doing the other one. So just kind of say, I got a couple other deals in the works. Like I'll do this one right now. Mm-hmm. And Tracy's been playing really well. Like you're gonna get that. So if you're worried about JK's not gonna lose his job or be out for very long, I assume. But maybe you'll get good news on JK, and you can just say, look, Tracy will be there for you until JK's like, I'm giving you Tracy, and just kind of push it that way. But that's a great trade if you pull that off. Very good trade.
And one more thing, Smitty. So this other guy who got the AJ Brown, and he's like 3-8. His team's like absolute terrible. I'm trying to take the AJ Brown from him, and he's trying to take my Tyreek. I got Tyreek too, and Waddle and Jones. So I got the whole Miami receiver stack, and he's trying to get Tyreek and a tight end. So I was trying to give him Hawkinson and throw in Amir Abdullah, and just because he got the. So
wait. Just tell me the trade. You confused me with all the backstory. Just tell me the trade.
The trade is just AJ Brown. I'm just getting AJ Brown. I'm sending Tyreek and Hawkinson and like Abdul-Watt or some shit. Like,
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, I like Hawkinson a lot, but if you're not using him again, you're making a great maneuver to improve your lineup. And watch the Hill video that drops in the morning, because I'm going to tell you to do exactly what you're doing here. So smash it.
Okay, and I still have Bowers. What do you think? Like, what are we doing with him? Like,
I mean, you got to start
right
him.
price?
You got to start him. I mean, yeah, trade him, sure, trade him high. I mean, it depends on the offer, but he's still, arguably the top 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 tight end. No matter what's going on with his QB room, they're gonna blanket him with targets. But it's just, it's not the best environment right now. But O'Connell, they're trying to get him back, and there's opportunities for him. So I think Bowers is still top 5. All right, I gotta go, Ricky. Appreciate you. I could go through this all day long with you, but I gotta roll. All right, later. I gotta get 7 more. 7 more, Smitty. Here's another question from Rush. Rush says, I know you don't like Joe Mixon. That's not true. I love Joe Mixon. He's about, what are you talking about? Let's send you on a lap.
Take a big lap.
Some of the things you guys the words you put in my mouth. What's he saying here? He has a bye in week 14. Should I trade him for Alvin Kamara? Should I trade him for Alvin Kamara? I never say things twice. They're pretty close, bro. I mean, even if you look at our rankings that we have, I mean, they're close, 6 and 8. But if you don't need the win, like if the L's gonna knock you out of the playoffs, in which you don't give me any information on, right? Yeah, the bye week. If you don't care about the L, and I'm not saying you even take the L, but if you take an L and you're done, then you it's something to consider. But I mean, I'd rather have Mixon in a vacuum. He's absolutely been phenomenal. But I like Kamara too, but Kamara worries me a little more than Mixon does, just a little bit. And the offenses are like everything goes through Joe Mixon, and they still produce. He still gets in red zone opportunities. Doesn't matter. And I still, to some degree, believe in Stroud enough. Obviously, he's still a good. He's just playing like trash, and Slowick's been kind of a mess all year. I think that with Kamara, he's married to a very messy situation. And Taysom Hill's been getting more work. I mean, I'm not saying that that's necessarily going to pull, but Kamara could be somebody that vanishes at the end of the year. I'm not saying he will, but he could be. He's 29 years old, and New Orleans is kind of a mess. I don't think Mixon vanishes at all. I'd rather have Mixon if I think I can make the playoffs all the same. I don't even care if I knocks me down a seed. Like, I would take a knockdown seed-wise. I'd take the 6th spot and face the number 1 team to make sure I face the number 1 team with Joe Mixon. Because if you have Kamara and you got the 4 or 5 seed, what's it matter if Kamara is a little more likely to vanish on you? So give me Mixon all day. It's not even close. Travis, what do you think on that one?
Who was Mixon and who? I'm sorry.
Kamara. Because he's worried about the week 14 bye, and I just said if you're not worried about the L, and even if it knocked you down a seed, but you still made the playoffs, I would take the 6th seed, face the number 1 team that I would have to face, just to make sure that I get to face all those teams with Joe Mixon by my side. Because Kamara, he could vanish. Taysom Hill's getting more work, all that. All right.
Yep. I agree.
I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here. The video's dropping tomorrow. I'm going to upload that bad boy, get it all set up, ready to go. Did you have anything else you wanted to add in regards to... Part of me wants to do the premiere now. I don't know. Let me see how long it takes to upload this video. What else you got? Anything relating to this stuff?
Yeah, just I'm trying to move Tyreek Hill and trying to make different trades and stuff to get a more steady second wide receiver. I have Justin Jefferson, which is nice, obviously. If something were to happen to Hill, how comfortable would you be with a receiver room of Justin Jefferson, Jennings, Hopkins, and BTJ? You okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I am.
Okay, good. I have Hill and Walker, and I'm trying to trade them. I don't know if I should go for two separate deals or if I should pair them together and just try for one elite player. It would leave me a little bit thin, either a running back or wide receiver. In terms
I'm not
of
too worried.
players.
Not too worried about being thin. When we're talking about like these 5 weeks coming into 5 weeks and just saying, screw it, let's roll. Let's push all of our chips in. It is what it is. It's there's risk involved in having to decide between 2-3 people. And there's risk involved in what happens if the guy gets hurt and now you don't have a backup, but maybe you can cuff and
Right. Yeah. So are you putting you have Mixon over? You said you had Mixon over Brees Hall still, right?
Yeah, right. Rest of season, yeah.
Okay. Would you, if I offered Tyreek Hill, Kenneth Walker for Mixon, and I would have to get someone else back? Would you say?
Tyreek Hill and Kenneth Walker for Mixon, I'd take Mixon in a heartbeat. I don't need anybody back. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yep.
even if that left me with those other receivers,
Yep.
BJ and Hopkins.
I mean, that's a monster, bro.
Okay.
That's a monster.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Yeah, I'm good then.
All right, hang tight. I might put this premiere up right now since we got 400 people in here. It's 7 minutes to upload. I think we should maybe do the premiere now. All right, hang tight. Look for that. I'll send everybody to the link. When it's live. All right, thanks, Travis.
Yep.
Later, bro. Yeah, let me upload this right now while we're all on here, and I'll try and do this video now. For you 400 of you in here are committing to hanging around, or at least most of you, and watching this premiere right now. We can drop the premiere right now. So let me get it set up, and we'll drop it like it's hot right now. I think it's an important one, and I don't know what's gonna break tomorrow on Tyreek Hill. I'm very tempted to make sure it gets up now in case like news breaks like at noon and people don't have enough time to react to this situation. And when you say what situation are you talking about, just hang tight and we'll go over it in the video. It'll be premiering here in T-minus, let's say, 8 minutes. So I'm gonna drop a link to you all once I have it up and ready to go before we end here. So for now, let me swing into some more questions. We might open the phone line briefly for another few calls, and then we'll go from there. So let me just go ahead and put these. Let's see here. Okay, got that. Let me set this premiere time. So it'll be scheduled premiere for the public. The date is the 25th. We'll set this up for 10:55 p.m. my time, which will be 11:12. So it'll be roughly almost 1 a.m. Eastern. So just a couple minutes. So I'm setting the premiere time for 10:55. It's 10:40. Actually, we'll go 10:50. No, 10:50. 10:52. That gives me a few minutes here to wrap up. Okay. So here's the link. Well, I'll drop the link in a second. And we'll jump straight into this premiere in a second. All right, let me grab the link. Hold on. All right, we should be good to go. I'll drop the link in a second. It's just uploading. Once the video is good to go, we will jump in. Dial into the phone line. You got 2 super chats here. One from Jay. Jay says Elijah Moore, Keon Coleman, rest of season. Probably Coleman if he comes back. I'm just gonna take a gamble on him, because I don't think Elijah Moore is somebody I'm starting week in and week out. I know you don't already read that one. I sent Justin on his lap for it. Appreciate you, Justin, and dropping the super chat. All right, here's the link here in 1 second. Let me see if I can get this damn. What's up, Justin?
Hey, so yeah, I was the one with the Joe Mixon, Alvin Kamara question. Yeah, I'm in like a 5-way tie. I think at like 5 and 7, and like I kind of like I might need to win because like I'm one of the lower point scorers in that whole equation. Would you do the trade? And if you wouldn't, would you like
do what? Do what trade? You're gonna have to run it by me again in
the
one
Joe
ear.
Mixon and Kamara thing.
Joe Mixon for Kamara. Yeah, again, I mean, what about what I said makes you think I would change my mind based on anything you're saying, though, you know?
No, I was saying I do need to win the Week 14.
Oh, you're out of it, you're saying. Okay.
So like I'm in like a 5-way tie with all the same record, and I'm like one of the lower point scorers. Like I'm in like the bottom 2 point scorers. Like I'm second to last.
I don't know, bro. Part of me is like I still think that. Jeez, bro. I guess if you think you're going to be out of the playoffs if you don't make the trade, then I guess try and get more. But Mixon's more valuable, bro. The thing is, like, can you still win? Like, have you looked at your opponent's matchups? Maybe
I've looked at it, and I would put it at like a 55% chance, like I win. Like I think I have a better team than the other party. You know how that crap goes.
Because what if Kamara's not even that serviceable, bro? Like you're talking about 2 games, and people get like so wildly off the train. Like I want nothing to do with Kamara anymore. Look at Kyron. Kyron's he hasn't had 4 bad games in a row. He had a good game last week. Did he have an amazing game? No, but he still had 70 whatever yards and a touchdown. He was fine. But he had 3 bad games in a row. If Kamara struggles at all, people jump off the train so quick. Mixon's not going to struggle. Mixon's absolutely been on fire. I myself am not. If I think I could win without Mixon for 1 game, I'm doing it. I don't want to trade Mixon, but you're gonna have to make that judgment call, bro. You're gonna have to make that call because only you know if you're gonna be out of the playoffs if you don't go get Kamara right now. That's a really tough call.
Okay, thank you. I'll probably super chat you some like alternate things I'm thinking of, and we'll
if you get another player in the mix, like do it 2 for 2, then we're talking about something totally different, you know.
Yeah, appreciate you, buddy. I'll
probably
call back in a little later.
All right, later. Appreciate you. Traded Henry and BTJ for Bijan, and traded Henry and Debo for Puka and JJ. I mean, I think I'm okay. First of all, I'm okay with trading. Okay, you traded Henry and BT for Bijan. Why would you do that? I like Bijan. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about those trades. Henry and Bijan are really close. I like BTJ a lot too. I feel like you shouldn't be giving more. I feel like you should be getting BTJ and Bijan. And then you traded Henry. Oh, you got Henry. I'm sorry. Traded Henry and BTJ for Bijan, and traded Henry and Debo for Puka. You're confusing the hell out of me, Brandon. Which one did you do? It seems like you traded Bijan for Henry and BTJ. Because then you traded Henry and Debo for Puka and JJ. I like the Puka and JJ trade. I think Debo's playing like crap right now. We're considering benching Debo for wide receiver 3s and flex plays. So I think that trade's pretty good.
Then he meant JT.
Where did he mean JT?
I don't know where he meant JT. Which trade?
I don't know, Brandon. Brandon, I'll come back and try and find your answer. You might want to retype it. I'll look in the chat to see if I can find it. My boy. Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate you. I'm not mad at you. $20 hauler from Jesse. Absolute straight fire. Thank you, Jesse. Appreciate you.
Too much.
Jesse says the following. He says, trade deadline is Wednesday. Potential moves: Hurts, Gibbs, Brees, JT, Chase, Brown, AJB, Devontae Smith, Debo. So Devontae Smith and Debo together for an Evans. Devontae Smith and Debo together for a Cooper Kupp or a Puka. Obviously, it's going to be hard to do. For a Nico, maybe someone that has Nico doesn't know their box score Bobby and they don't really know that he had a second touchdown. I'm trying to do that. If you can't do that, I don't know. Gibbs, Brees, Hurts, JT, Chase, Brown. That's fantastic. AJB, I love it. I'm just trying to get that one wide receiver, my man. That one wide receiver. St. Brown, Evans. I'd even be tempted to trade like Debo and Smith to get like Neighbors and take a big swing on that. And just hope you get a absolute straight baller and Neighbors going forward. He's definitely a fun trade for because people are freaking out about him. He's still an elite talent, but his situation's garbage. But I still think he can get overfed. So thank you, Jesse, for that. But try Evans. Mike Evans is a good player. Other wide receivers that make a lot of sense in that vein would be, I would say, if I look at the wide receivers, I would say St. Brown, Puka, AJ Brown, maybe. Neighbors, Drake London potentially. That's a little bit of a overpay potentially. McLaurin a little bit of. Then again, I don't think it's an overpay really at all. I mean, Debo's essentially worthless right now, and Devontae Smith injured and kind of worthless right now. So McLaurin, Evans, Neighbors. I mean, maybe CeeDee Lamb. Do you have CeeDee Lamb? No. Maybe just take a risk on CeeDee Lamb at that level. Because that level is worth maybe swapping the risk. You know what I mean? And then Alex, real quickly, this one from Alex. And then we got to get to the Premier. Here's the Premier link right here, everybody. Boom. I want everybody to rush over to the Premier link in a couple minutes here. You can maybe load it in a different screen or whatever. I dropped the link. The link is in the live chat. I'll drop it again. Don't worry when we're getting out of here to go into the Premier. But that's the Premier link. I'll even pin it. Pin the link. In second place, PPR, 2 flexes. Achane, Gibbs, Mixon, B-Rob, Terry, BTJ, Debo got offered Jettas, Puka, and Reed for either Mixon and Terry or Gibby and Terry. I'd rather have Gibson than Gibson and Terry. I'm sorry. You're getting offered JJ and Puka and Reed. Mixon and Scary Terry, JJ, Puka, Reed. It's pretty close, bro. I mean, JJ, Puka, that's solid. Mixon and Scary Terry, that's solid. I don't know. I don't know. Your running backs. I feel like he's reading this wrong, too. No. He did list it right. Okay, so JJ, Puka. So you'd be getting rid of one of Mixon or Gibbs. I'd rather keep Gibbs. Mixon. I don't know, bro. JJ, Puka. JJ and Puka is a lot. Mixon and Terry's a lot. It's pretty even. I don't think there's a way to really... I think there's a way to really break this one down. I mean, you just got to kind of go with what you want. What do you have? I don't know. JJ's very undervalued.
Right. If he wants to strengthen up the wide receivers, and he's okay with losing one of those 3 big running backs, then do it. You know.
Chris says, Smitty, what are you about to tell us about Tyreek? I just made a bold prediction for this week. LOL. Don't tell me he's not playing. Chris, I mean, I've been very, very clear about for over a week now my stance on Tyreek. It hasn't changed, but it's concern time for sure. So if you made a bold prediction on him, you better be worried about your bold prediction. I'm sorry, what'd you say on this? And then I got to run real quickly. So what'd you say real quick?
I was just calling to ask Jennings, BTJ, and Hopkins. How do you rank them?
Let me get to you on the side on that because I got to roll because of the premiere. Rock out real quickly. We got to get to the premiere. Later, man.
Yeah, if you're trying to trade or JT or Walker with someone, who would you try to trade?
Bit too long of a question because we got to get to the premiere. I'll hit you in the DMs.
Okay.
I'll DM you the answer. All right, thanks, Rock out. Appreciate you. So right here on this one, Alex, I'm going to say trust your gut on it. It's dead even, bro. JJ and Puka and Reed is a lot. Mixon and I would say keep Gibby. So Mixon and Terry is a lot. Chat, can you vote on this one? Which side would you rather have for Alex? Alex, I'm going to say it's dead even. There's very rare big trades like that end up being even. The premiere is starting. Dropped it in the chat. Sorry, big dog, says Brandon. Sorry. Brandon, I'll answer it in the comments of this video here. Okay, so I'll have to reread it and then go over it. I'll answer in the comments and I'll put it. Just go to the comments of this video, not the live chat, but this exact video. When it ends, there'll be a comment section. I'll put it in there. Thank you, Brandon. Guys, get over to the premiere. It's pinned. Here's the link. Jump over to the premiere right now. This is the link to the premiere. It's premiering right this second.